so important for us to study this and learn a bit more on exactly what we've come into. So as we did, I think last week we also looked at 14, but we didn't really discuss it. We read 14, we didn't really discuss it. Now we discussed clean and unclean foods, okay? And we had the explanation as to the Messiah coming and making everything clean. So when his blood spilled on the ground, um, because the ground was cursed, as we read in Genesis, anything that eats off the ground or has to do with the ground, that is, they were cursed. So we've come to the understanding Messiah died on the tree, everything became clean, right? Now, um, let us look at let us look at chapter 14:22. I think um I think we've been taught something which is a bit wrong. I think we've been heckled. Right? We've been heckled. Now, let me read it from the screen because my Bible is a different version. And it says, "Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year." So all your everything, because it's farmers, right? You tithe. "And thou shalt eat before Yahuwah in the place which he shall choose, the place he shall choose to put his name," right? So you will tithe your corn, your wine, your oil, the firstlings of your herd. You will tithe all that. And 24 says, "And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or of the place is too far for thee, which Yahuwah hath chosen to set his name there, when Yahuwah have blessed you, then you will turn it into money, bind up the money in your hand, and shall go unto the place which Yahuwah have chosen." So if you can't bring the animals, your corn, your food and stuff, sell it, bring money. "And you will bestow that money for whatsoever what your soul lusteth after, for oxen or sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, for whatever your soul lusteth after," right? He says, where am I? Whatever your soul lusteth after, whatever you desire, you will eat, right? You will drink. You will eat it before Yahuwah and rejoice with your household. "And the Levite who are in your gates, you will not forsake him, because he has no part in inheritance with you." Right? So don't forget him. "And at the end of the 3 years, you will bring forth all the tithe and the increase in the same year, and you will lay it up within your gates. And the Levite, because he has no part of inheritance with you, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within your gates, shall come, and shall eat and be satisfied, that Yahuwah may bless you in all the work of your hand." Folks, we've been hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked. I'm telling you, we've been hoodwinked. Because this is so it's interesting for us. Why? It's good to read and study, Right? Because the Father is saying to his people, here's what you do. If you don't have sheep and oxen, if they too far to take them, right? He's saying, put it in money. Bring it. Bring the money to the place, right, where I've told you to bring it. But he's not asking you for the money. Have we seen, folks, have we seen this? Right? He says in 25, it says, you shall turn it into money, bind it up in your hand, right? And you go to the place which Yahuwah have chosen. This is the interesting bit. You shall bestow that money for whatsoever what your soul desires. Remember last week they were talking about lusteth, and our sister said it's lust, and we had to, suggest, okay, let us change that word. Let us make that word desire. Right? Because lust is a longing desire. And this is what the Father is saying. Right? Whatever you desire, it could be some meat to eat, right? Some wine or strong drink, right? Whatsoever you want, and you shall eat it before the Father. Hey, Karabasende. You guys, we got this? Have we got this? Right? So when your pastors are telling you, bring the tithes, correct them. Now, if we go to Malachi, because I know some of you are saying, oh, look at, but Malachi, pastors say, bring the tithes into the storehouse, right? Let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, okay? Malachi 3:6, this is where a lot of these pastors will come and tell you, right? Malachi says, will you rob God? Right? Will you rob me? You're robbing yourself. You are robbing yourself of the pleasures of your work and the fruits of your own work. Basic. Right? Basic. Here. Oh, where have we gone? Here, this one here. Will a man rob Yahuwah? Right? You've robbed me of your offering. Okay? Bring all your tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in thine house to eat. Okay? You know what he's saying there? Right? It comes back to what he was saying. I will bless you. Wherever, bring it into the house. Right? Don't forget the Levites that's in your house. Don't forget your servants, your maids. Bring it and eat before me. That means bring it, share, come. Yes? Let us share it. Bring it. Sell, buy meat, cook meat, buy rice, buy kenke, right? Buy the jerk chicken and the jerk meat. Bring it. Eat. Eat before me. That's what it's about. This is not about bringing it for the pastor to be driving in his Rolls Royce and his Mercedes, and that's what it's about. It's about you working and you enjoying before the Father. This is what he's saying. Right? This is what he's saying. We'll go back again. You want to see it again? Where is it? You want to see it again? Right? Because, you see, like I said, it's good to read them. It's good to read. And you shall bestow the money whatsoever your soul lusteth, whatever you desire, bring to me. Now, in our case, okay, let's in our case, we don't do tithes, right? But what do? We bring food for each other, we sit, we eat. You in your homes, sit and eat. Enjoy. Father, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Right? But what we do, we help others. Isn't that what it says you have to do? Help others. When you fast, remember when we read the forgotten books, the books they told us to forget. When we read these books and we read on when we read on fasting, you remember it said when you fast and pray, but the food that you're meant to eat, give it to somebody to eat. That's basically what it is. The tithes is the same. Bring people in together, eat, share. If you can't bring them for the food, give them the cash. But our pastors figured out a way to make money. Our pastors figured out a way to con us and tell us, you cursed. Oh, don't come before God empty-handed. Where you see that? Where you see that? It says here, enjoy. Enjoy yourself before the Father. You'd even have strong drink. Now, I'm not advocating strong drink because I always say it's a spirit. Excuse me, and that spirit will take over your mind, your thinking, your intellect. And you don't want that spirit of alcohol to do that. So you only want the Father to do that. But there you buy your food, you eat. Right? That's what it's about. We share with those who in need. And we do it before the Father. We give thanks to Him. We worship, we praise, we give Him thanks. How many of you saw that? Point of conversation. How many of you literally saw this? Right? Amazing, isn't it? So we've been hoodwinked. We've had the wool pulled over our eyes, folks. Yeah? When the pastors are telling us something, sometimes the pastors are telling us something, and we're not reading it, but we're listening and we're believing in them. Yeah? Because we think, oh, these guys are true and these guys are honest. Right? But no. No, no, no. And if you read down in 15, talks about lending to the poor. Now, Reg and I, we have a thing that we don't, yeah, we don't if somebody comes and they need something, we give rather than lend. Because if they can't pay it back, right? So what's the point in lending it to them when you well know they can never pay it back, especially in this climate, right? So we don't. We say, no, you. And in that way, we're not outstretched because if they come and say, "Can I borrow £500?" Mate, I can't give you £500, but I can give you two, right? At least I'm not overstretching myself because I know I'm not gonna look for it back, right? And this is what he says here. Yeah? Open your hand. In 15, lending to the poor, open your hand. All right? Let them have it. All right? That's all. Let them have it. And I'll tell you what, when you start doing stuff like that, you find that you don't go without. You never go without. So many people in our time together who've come to us and to borrow and stuff like that. Just here you go. This is what I can afford to give. Huh? And we're not putting usury on it. We're not putting interest on it. It's fine. You take it. You go. You take it. You go. So, yeah, I think that's that. That is it. So this is something we need to pay attention to. So get ready for your pastors when they come and tell you bring the tithes. Now you're going to see how many pastors will be coming and tell you bring tithes, bring tithes. Folks, let us have conversation.